this one across the 35.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who could run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The quick feet by Jackson. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big play there on the scramble. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson running again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bolton in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Well, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Mahomes now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. We're scoreless after one. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10.
Well, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now it's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you can see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on! But no dice that time.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 23-yard run. And the Ravens on one play have taken the lead. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right?
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Edwards. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Gus Edwards, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an even 90 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead will shrink to 6. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. We'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's caught left side by Hardman. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Forced out to his left. He's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. He got caught for the penalty.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
On the return is Duvernay. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson being chased out left. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Eluding the pressure right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Rolling to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, as the first half is winding down, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. Extra point hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive, as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Defense. So a potential big play by this defense, wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack, but the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. Now, it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Man open is Robinson. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, 74 yards. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. Butker now to add the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
On the return is Duvernay. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now for their first possession of the second half. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Play action. Now Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, Jackson hit and he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done?
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes under pressure, and they got to him again. Tyus Bowser, excellent job on that play. A big loss, 18 yards.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Edwards-Helaire. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Room here to run. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. This one swung out to Williams. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Mahomes going to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, You definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And again, it's Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On 2nd and 10, Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Jaron Reed in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Jackson to throw.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon. And you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The return is Duvernay.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32.
He'll throw from the gun.
Steps away to his left.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Jackson on 1st down. They'll roll him out right.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his throw here's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Malik Harrison on the tackle.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
Jackson to throw.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
But that's not going to help the cause as he stops short of the 10.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Jackson.
Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Flush to his right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Throwing. Jackson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. What a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And now here comes their final timeout.
as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.